start.
I like tea because it's better than an energy drink for so many reasons. I don't drink that many energy drinks, to be
I,
honest.
I don't either, but that's just because I'm broke and I don't want to have to go spend money.
Oh, come on, man! You gotta feed that addiction. Put all that shit. It's basically just carbonation, caffeine, and sugar.
Yeah, but it's a lot of carbonation, a lot of caffeine. Well, I don't do the sugar ones, but
Yeah. Well, either way, all the viewers don't know what we're talking about, so I might as well introduce everything. Hi everybody, welcome to another Gilcast. If things sound weird, it's because I'm live. The mic's not close to my face; it's closer to my co-host
yeah,
today,
I'm here
Spider Mikey.
in person.
Yeah. Probably gonna do a little Resident Evil. Probably gonna just chill out for a little bit. I'm gonna make him dinner. It's
Oh, are
gonna
you?
be an adventure.
Nice chill day.
And I'm drinking some tea on standby because I like the tea. I drink a lot of tea. I don't drink a lot of energy drinks because that shit really affects me in the worst way possible.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see that can you haven't opened yet. I just want to
Okay.
see the contents.
This is the mango. It's got like honey.
Man,
It's
these
got
things are huge.
yeah. The calorie content's pretty good. The sodium
Yeah.
content's pretty all right.
I mean, you still got a lot of sugar in this though.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I don't mind sugar. See,
That's
okay.
true. That's true.
The one thing about you and me, the difference is my demon is salt and sodium.
Yeah.
Yours is sugar. So in that regard, yeah, I can kind of see the difference here. But all the same, you and I are kind of on the same trip where it's like there's a lot of shit you and I can't
Yeah,
have.
if I were to drink that can, I mean, goodbye to any cardio I did this week. It's gone.
Me, on the other hand, any salt that, oh god.
Mm,
I think part of it is I might be salt sensitive. It's a
mhm.
thing it's a legit thing. It affects blood
Yeah.
pressure. If you can't tell, the topic this week, as far as I can tell, is probably going to be more centered around health and fitness.
That sounds
Because
good.
there's some stories to talk
Yeah.
about. Oh man, it's going to be good. I'm a little happy I did some things this week. There's some progress, some legitimate progress, and I wanted to get things going because I hit a mark in
Yeah.
in my fitness history,
That's
whatever.
a huge mark too.
Yeah.
I mean, I've made strides, but not yet.
Yeah.
Where you're hitting.
Well, it's like the 3 month mark, so
Mhm.
a lot of things happen. That said, before getting into that, I just kind of like tea, because we just went for a little bit of a walk. Nothing too strenuous, but all the same, it's just like, man, energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like I kind of need to get back on the ball, be entertaining for you viewers, because I know you enjoy it.
Yeah. I might have
There-
to do a couple push-ups to get my blood flowing.
there is a little bit more to it, but okay, I guess getting more into the base topics, more into the real meat and potatoes here. So if anyone doesn't know, or to recap the situation, 3 months ago when I was starting the beginning of the year, I went to the doctors. I made an appointment for a doctor visit because I was dealing with some sinus issues.
Mhm.
It was really nasty. It was going on for a couple
Yeah,
months.
I remember that period. Just trying to get like a meeting going between us. It's
Yeah.
like, no, it can't. You're
Yeah.
sick or something. It's like, wow, it's been going on for a while.
Yeah, like since October.
Yeah.
Because you and I, we got together, did some Resident Evil 7,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't too bad. I just remember we got hella drunk.
Did we?
Yeah, we got lit. Remember, we were playing Resident Evil 7. You were kind of drifting off.
Yeah. Well, didn't we have like energy drinks too with it?
I think so. I don't
I
remember.
think that's
it was
what killed it.
it was
for
a
me.
weird whole little night. And then the following day
Oh yeah.
we tried to have like a little party going on.
I felt like shit that following day, dude. So yeah, it was the energy drinks, man. It's like I feel like if we just did the alcohol, it'd been fine.
Yeah. Anyways, so stuff happened. I had sinus issues. I was making several appointments to go to the doctors, get it checked out. During one of these visits, namely like the end of December, the doctor gave me an ultimatum because my blood pressure was too high. I had hypertension, which is usually the term for you have too high blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not good, and people really get on your shit if it's too high, especially if you have hypertension. People will not let that shit go. And it's worse because I don't know about you, but when people are like all concerned or they act concerned because they're like, oh man, blood pressure, it's a silent killer, it's gonna kill you,
Mm-hmm.
it causes a whole bunch of other shit, you'll have a stroke, you'll have seizures, well, probably not seizures, but you'll have a stroke.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up. And I hate that shit because they never stop talking about it. Everyone's all concerned. And, I don't like hearing that stuff. I don't like being told what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I told you this, but it's like, it's my body. I'm responsible for me. I'll make my own decisions.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, it's not like the first time I haven't dealt with blood pressure. And it's not like the first time I haven't really done things to get it down. I mean, I can do that. I know I can. But this is the first time I legitimately was given an ultimatum during that doctor's visit. And she was going on about, like, okay, I'll give you two choices. You can either get the blood pressure medication, or I can give you 3 months to try to get it down.
Mm-hmm.
Failing that, I'd be put on blood pressure medication. But, it's all irrelevant. Point is, I took those 3 months because I'm going to do what's right for me. I know I can do this. I've done it. Lo and behold, I did it during this whole 3-month period. And so, needless to say, long story short, because I'm sure everyone's wondering, did you get your blood pressure down? Yes. I completely normalized it.
It was a huge jump. Too.
Yeah.
That was good.
I had hypertension, and now it's all completely normal. To give you the numbers, because some of you might be wondering that, a normal reading for your blood pressure is usually if you have a systolic number of 120 and a diastolic, not really sure how to pronounce it, but basically you got two numbers, systolic, diastolic. The bottom number is usually a lot lower. It's going to be about 80. If it's under that, you're fine. That's very normal, and that's what you want it to be. And so you want it to be 120 over 80. Mm-hmm. That's a normal blood pressure reading. My reading was 118 over 70. Really good number.
See, I want to get mine checked. It's always been pretty good, like whenever I've gone to the doctor, which is funny because like my sister and my mom have all kinds of health problems.
Mm-hmm.
But like I have the perfect immune system. I've never had any kind of medical issues whatsoever. I feel like it's all just leading. Like one day I'm just gonna go in and the doctor's gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, but like you got cancer everywhere, dude." It's like, oh, okay.
You have a malignant tumor, and it's spread.
Yeah.
I will say this though: if you do get it checked, because there is one very disconcerting thing. If you go to a machine, mm-hmm. there's always going to be a room for error. Like, it can be, like, a pretty large amount of error. For instance, a lot of things can affect that. Have you just eaten? Did you do a lot of physical activity? These things will usually increase the number. Also, if you go use a machine, that can also cause, like a significant amount of error. It can cause, like, 10 points into the reading.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where even if you try to be as accurate as possible, it can also still give you a very loose estimate. So be aware if you're like me and you have a machine because you're trying to track that shit, and I have a little portable blood pressure machine.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. My readings will usually be like 134 over like, I don't know, 68. And so it's like, both of those aren't terrible, but at the same time, it's like, I did it Tuesday. I had my appointment last Wednesday. And so the reading was just that. It was 134 over 68. And so, going the next day, getting it actually checked, it's a lot more accurate to get it by human hands. That's what I'm trying to say. Getting an appointment, getting it checked, it's usually a lot more accurate. You, on the other hand, I'd say since you've been doing this for a while, your blood pressure reading's probably going to be fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be absolutely normal.
I mean, I haven't been checking that, but as far as like cardio, I mean, I'm able to get my heart rate up pretty high, and then it drops immediately. So that's usually a sign right there that you're healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, cardio's great for getting your blood pressure in check, and your dieting. Yeah. So really, I'd have nothing to worry about.
I have no concerns whatsoever with that.
Yeah. Now that said, because I did all the work and I did everything, there is this one looming crisis, I guess you could say, that I had to deal with, and that's something that I've been kind of thinking about on and off since like the halfway mark. Like middle of February, I was kind of like, what am I gonna do after I'm done with this?
Yeah,
we actually had a conversation about this because I was like, okay, so if I put in the work, get my blood pressure down. After I'm done, where will my drive be? What will I do? And that's not the real issue here. It's the fact that if I give this all up, chances are I'll go back to my old eating habits. I'll get my blood pressure back up to the point where I'll probably randomly have to schedule a doctor's appointment. Go in, they'll make another note of my blood pressure, and lo and behold, there I am with an ultimatum, or like being more or less forced to take blood pressure medication, which, by the way, if it were up to me, would never touch that shit ever in my life. I say this right now because I don't have to, but when I'm 60, God knows what will happen.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, we got to get a head start before we get too old, too. Yeah. That's going to be so hard to maintain if we don't get started now.
Yeah. I mean, if we're on the path that we're on right now and we still maintain it, because that's kind of the commitment I decided to make more or less yesterday after my appointment. It's just like, I can't keep going in this vicious cycle of like getting it down, being happy with everything, losing my drive, like eating a bunch of shit, like doing no cardio, living like a fat ass, really. It
sneaks up to you as well. Like you tell yourself, okay, I've worked this hard, I can relax a little bit, and then a month later it just sneaks up on you, and all of a sudden you're 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Blood pressure skyrocketing.
Yeah.
Can't do any cardio. I mean, that's what happened with me last time. I got complacent.
I got to use a little scooter to get everywhere. A little electric scooter,
Exactly.
And that's why I was
quick.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, going into like my diet and routine, everything, I was the heaviest I've ever been.
Yeah,
which
same.
Isn't the heaviest. I guarantee you, there are people that have been heavy. I'm not trying to claim anything here. It's just the heaviest I've ever recorded myself.
Yeah.
Which loosely, because I didn't actually weigh myself. My intention of losing my blood pressure wasn't actually to lose any weight. Although weight loss is very good for dropping your blood pressure. It kind of goes hand in hand. But digressing, I just wanted to get my blood pressure down. Losing weight was never really an issue. However, if I remember correctly, my weigh-in was about 110 kg in kilograms, because I don't know, they're using what is it, not the metric system, but yeah, basically
I hate it when they do that, just because I don't know the conversions.
I'm not sure, but basically they were using kilograms instead of pounds. But fortunately, if you know how to Google, most people do, you can find a unit converter, and so it roughly translates to 242.5 pounds. So, I've never weighed that much. Well, until I found out that that's about where I was at my heaviest. So, as of now, I'm close to 200 pounds, or at least I think I am. I'm not actually sure. So I've lost over 40 pounds. I can tell you that in confidence. I've lost over 40 pounds. That said, not my lightest. There was a period when I was going through a breakup where I got down to 185. I may have been lighter than that, but recordedly that 185. And so my next goal in the next 3 months, or my goal for the next 3 months, is to try to get back down to that, if not even lower. But I'm sticking to 185.
I think it's kind of cool too. Like right now, we're we're like this, as far as
Mhm.
weight goes. So it'd be cool to like for us both to hit that goal.
Oh,
in 3 months.
absolutely. Yeah.
Because I'm going for about 180 to 185 as well.
I think that's a fantastic goal, and like we were talking earlier, that's like the bronze medal right there.
Exactly.
Okay, 3 months you hit 185, you can be satisfied with that. But silver, going for 180 or roughly about
Man,
there.
170 would be the dream.
I'm
Well,
not
actually,
making
160 would be the dream.
I will tell you this: my goal is like anything under 180.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll be completely happy if I hit that and below.
Yeah. But I think overall, if I can get my weight, I was telling you, if I can get my weight down to 158.5, I'll be content.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Because
as soon as you hit that, then you gotta. That's when you have to push harder, though.
Well,
you're gonna lose it.
Yeah. Well, I was telling you, when I say content, I mean that is the overall goal in terms of like.
No, I gotcha. 150 for me.
Yeah. Because, I mean, for me, it's like I can no longer be defined as fat, I won't be overweight, I won't be fat.
You're going to look hella fine at 158, dude.
I'll just be fit at that point. That's it. Now, that's not me saying, like, once I hit that way, I'm stopping cardio and I'm quitting my diet. That's me saying, like, now at that point, I can kind of decide where do I want to go from here. And with you, I was telling you, at that point, I might start trying to work on muscle. Because then it's like, if I start gaining weight, then it's like, well, now I know it's just muscle.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's kind of like, head in the clouds, thinking, like, what I could do there. More realistically, I'm just focusing on the next 3 months. I want to get down to 185. And that's kind of the more realistic take on what I want to do for the next 3 months. But that said, yeah, my blood pressure adventure has ended. That saga is over. The chapter is closed. I can finally rest easily, being like, okay, I am a healthy boy. I don't need to focus on too much. I'll drink my sugary little tea drink right now. It's all good because I feel like I've earned it. It's not too much.
You set a goal and you made it.
Yeah.
So you can pat yourself on the back there.
Yeah. I do have to say, really trying to come up with this solution, it was kind of a turning point because, again, not the first time I've had to deal with high blood pressure, and it definitely was just kind of an eye-opener where I think deep down I knew eventually kind of getting off of that diet, kind of being content with yourself and being like, okay, like when I was going through a breakup, I kind of learned this routine. I kind of started losing weight. I got down to 185. That's kind of all that. But, I hit it really hard. I did a lot of what I'm doing as I am right now. With exception, I didn't join a gym.
Yeah.
And a couple different dietary.
Oh, did you join a gym last time?
Yeah, I did join a gym. I was determined to make some changes,
yeah.
Going through the whole breakup process was really weird for me because, I never did it. Was feeling depressed, but at the same time, I was determined to change.
That's the best part about a breakup, honestly.
Yeah, I was just like, it was a weird experience, and I could go on with it, but I won't. All I'm trying to say is, with that, I eventually got to a state where I was like content with my life, and then I think either a year later or something like that, I went to a doctor's office, same deal, except it was more or less like I had to show some considerable change.
Yeah.
And so then once that happened, everything kind of resolved itself, and I was fine. I kind of was like, now I could have my pizza.
Yeah.
Now I could have some burgers. But anyways, point is, I think at some point down the line, I knew that eventually I would have to make this choice. I just wasn't ready to do it. I was just like, I want my ice cream. I want all my fatty foods, all the high sodium stuff that, I can't do. Sure, it's appealing even to today, but I will say this. As long as I have my cheat meal, like a weekly cheat meal, like the option there, I don't think I need it. Like,
I think you have done a really good job, like, balancing that out. Like, you accept those cheat meals and you take them and you're losing weight with it. Like, I still need to get over that. It's like, it's okay to eat your cheat meal.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You don't want to cut out anything.
Mm-hmm.
You want the option always there, but at the same time, you do need the discipline.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing to go about. I'm not gonna lie. It will always be a struggle, more or less. And I think what's important is if you can find that balance, you'll be fine. And if nothing else, always maintain the determination, willpower to keep on to your gut instinct of making this happen. Because with those two things, you can make anything happen.
Yeah.
That's what I tell myself.
I feel like one thing past 3 months, like I've made some gains, not nearly 40 pounds, whatever you said you had, but like I'm really good at bouncing back. Like,
Yeah.
there was a couple times where I would cheat randomly, like, oh man, I'm just craving cereal. I'm gonna go have some cereal. But then, like, as soon as it's done, I'm like, okay, I'm hitting the gym hardcore tomorrow. Like, you screwed up.
Yeah.
It's not, so that's one thing I've learned over the past 3 months, for sure.
I don't blame you. See, I can have cereal. I've calculated it out. I can have myself a bowl of Cheerios.
Yeah.
It's gonna sound really stupid, I admit, but regular Cheerios are fine, cause like the sodium intake for them, if I'm not mistaken, it's either one or two numbers. I want to say it's 110. It's either 110 or 140. I don't know. Point is, it's within my limit, and it's not like going overboard. Unfortunately, it's the only cereal that allows me to do that. It's the lowest in sodium. The only way you could go under that is if you go to straight up granola.
Mm-hmm.
But my point is, any other cereal, it actually starts leaping in sodium. Not like hugely, but it starts getting like over like, it starts getting like to 130, 140. God forbid it gets past 150, because let me tell you something. I only allow myself 600 milligrams per meal. It's enough to actually have a nice meal, but it's not a lot in terms of like, you still gotta limit your stuff.
Yeah.
And so, like, when it comes to Cheerios, I give myself a bowl of Cheerios. I have it 3 times a week. It's divided out. Like, weekends, I'll usually go with the Cheerios unless, like, I don't know, I decide to have, like, a cheat meal for breakfast, which there's a lot of options there. But, yeah. So, I'll usually have it, like, weekends and Wednesdays. So, I kind of divvy it up a little bit. But, yeah, what I do with that is I just load it up with fruit. Because I love fruit. It's good.
Yeah. Man, when I went on my last cereal binge,
Yeah.
I put in almond milk. It was so good. I don't know why, but like cereal with almond milk lately has just been a dream.
No, I believe you. With almond milk, I also had to kind of be careful because your basic almond milk, which is great, don't get me wrong, I go with Silk. I don't know about you, but like it's
I'm pretty
all
sure
the
that's
same.
like the only brand anyway.
Well, there's like Almond Breeze, and I think there's like
yeah.
name brand, but my point is, I go with Silk. I go with
Yeah.
Silk. So your original, that's like 160 milligrams of sodium.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that sucks for you.
Yeah.
But like you and I, we have different demons.
Yeah, different demons, similar process.
Yeah.
So yeah, for you, probably not a big issue. I
think like without the unsweetened almond milk, I think it's only like 30 calories. Or something.
Yeah. Well, I'll get to that in a second, because that also plays into what I'm about to say. But yeah, basically the thing about almond milk and cereal and all this stuff, it all adds up, and that's where like trying to make sure you hit like either 600 milligrams of sodium or under becomes a big issue. And that's my battle that I usually have to face. It's like, okay, if I have this, got to calculate it up. And so then it's kind of like, yeah, that's why I have a very specific step-by-step process when it comes to what I have for breakfast or what I have for lunch.
Yeah.
But as you were saying, unsweetened. Yes, unsweetened is actually a lot better because they put less sodium in it. Now, the funny thing is, it turns out there is a brand of Silk almond milk. It's the unsweetened vanilla. I could not tell you why vanilla for all reasons, but not unsweetened original. Vanilla specifically has less sodium than anything I've seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the whole amount of sodium that it has in it is 115 milligrams. Doesn't sound like a huge difference. It's just 45 milligrams less. Now, that said, I went to the store the other day. Guess what I couldn't find?
The milk.
Yeah, I couldn't find unsweetened vanilla almond milk, and it made me super depressed.
Oh,
so I had to go for the next best thing, which, oddly enough, was, just original vanilla almond milk.
Man, you just gotta go to the Winco next to my house.
I
They got
guess.
storages of it.
I mean, they had it was, instead of like 110, it's just or 115, it's just 125. So
Yeah.
10 milligrams, not a huge difference. Little. I guess I gotta be just slightly sparse with it, but at the same time, not a huge issue. For some reason, original or any other flavor like unsweetened, it starts getting a bit more costly into the sodium.
Yeah, I mean it's still like, how is it compared to milk?
I like it better. Also, another thing about my diet, I can't have dairy.
Yeah.
So,
Well, what's the sodium like in milk, like regular milk?
I'm not actually sure, but I'm willing to bet there might not be any sodium, or there might be a little. In fact, if anyone's willing to check this, feel free to comment below.
Yeah.
Me, on the other hand, I'm gonna try to do a 5-second Google search while Spider Mikey here tries to
Milk
distract you.
sodium. Oh, I don't know. I got nothing, dude.
Oh, it's okay. All you gotta do is just chill with all the people.
Just
talk
chilling.
about. Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna do some heavy shoulder work tomorrow, I think.
I guess I should type in 2% because that's what I would drink.
Yeah.
But I do want to clarify. I understand if everyone's like, you drink 2%. What a whim! Whole is the way to go. Everyone has their own take.
No, I don't think I ever really. I wasn't even into whole. I don't think.
Everyone has their own.
You get used to whatever you drink after a while, anyway.
Yeah. Everyone has their own take when it comes to milk because it all has a different take on it.
I mean, let's be fair though. If you ain't doing almonds by now, there's something wrong with you.
I think I was wrong because it looks like there is sodium in milk. For me, and I don't know exactly, so I'm just gonna go on this rough basis that Google gave me. There is 120 milligrams of sodium in 2% milk. Granted, it could always vary because every brand usually has some variant of like the stuff that they put in. But anyways, my point is, it might be like it's either less or just slightly a bit more the way I'm going, but still at the same time, I would rather do almond milk than actual dairy, just because I don't know. I find there's some issues with dairy. It's not to say like it's a huge difference. Like by all means, if you're on a diet, find what works for you, because everyone is different. This is what works for me. I cut out dairy.
You just save all of it for your ice cream day.
Yeah, really, that's the big thing. Ice cream day, or if I have like, I don't know, pizza or something with cheese in it, pasta. I just save that for my cheat meal. But yeah, basically.
Yeah, I don't really ever have any dairy, like ever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's some issues with it, I guess. Like, I would say a lot of times if it comes up, it's usually, I want to say, like, some sort of cholesterol issue. And that's why, like, you want to be sparse on the dairy. You want it in moderation, which is a lot of times what doctors will advise when doing what you're doing. Me, on the other hand, I got to go hardcore. I got to cut that shit out because it's like, I'm kind of an all or nothing sort of guy.
Oh, I'm totally all or nothing.
So I think that's why for you and me, our diets kind of have to be more on the extreme side because it's very hard for us to go in moderation.
Yeah.
Especially because if you have the option available, you tend to kind of indulge a little too much rather than trying to actually make the change to, go in moderation.
That's why I wish I lived by myself in a one room. Like, so there's no temptations whatsoever. It's the worst, like, having people living with you. It's like, oh, I feel like buying some cookies today.
Yeah. That's my grandparents
Yeah.
downstairs right now.
Exactly.
They cooked their food. They had chicken pot pie the other day. I was
Oh
like,
my
oh
gosh,
god,
dude.
it smells so good.
Yeah.
I can't have it.
That's why like I had that struggle, and I like pick up a cookie and I like lick it. I'm like, and then just straight into the trash bin after that. Like, come on, throw it away. Just throw it away. Don't eat it.
I don't have that luxury. Oh, but I have had situations close to that in the past few weeks. See, I remember specifically Dairy Queen was having this promotion for a free cone. Like I think it was the
Oh
first day
yeah.
of spring, March 20th. Great idea. I have nothing against that. But the thing is, I wish I didn't know about that because guess who had a huge hankering for ice cream?
Yeah.
And to go to Dairy Queen to go cash in on that. Now, that wasn't my cheat meal day, mind you. That was, I think, on a Tuesday. I think it was on a Tuesday. And I'm not about to try to sacrifice my cheat meal day any day of the week. I've tried that shit before. It's a very awkward. My schedule likes the consistency of like either Saturday or Sunday. So I try to keep cheat meal day to Saturday or Sunday. But my point is, man, there's so much temptation.
Yeah.
My grandparents have ice cream in the freezer. The only reason I think I haven't actually gone down there and like indulged in it and cheated on my diet is because it's theirs, not mine.
That does help.
I have like this distinction where it's like, you know, if I have some of their food, we're sharing. You know, I'm sharing. Like they're fine with me having some, but it's like more or less I didn't buy it. It's not mine. It's theirs. They're allowing me to have some. It's
Although like I'm like a rebel at heart though.
Yeah.
And, like whenever my brothers have food, I like at first I'm like I'm not gonna have any of this, and then I would like get a spoonful of it, and I just like see how long I can go before they notice.
I'm not gonna lie. That's what would have happened if I actually indulged, because I got to the point, much like you with the cookie. I had the container. Like, they had a gallon, I had the container. They had cookies and cream, which that's one of my favorite flavors. Yeah. I opened it up. I was just looking at the ice cream, like, dead in like the in the container, and just like, if I do this, it's all over.
Yeah.
I was just looking at it. So I managed to get the willpower to close the lids and shove it back in.
That must have been hard.
It was. And it was, I blame Dairy Queen because their free cone day was like,
yeah. Luckily, like, that's where my laziness comes in handy, because there's no way I would spend the energy going to those places.
I will say this, I did make a deal with myself. I didn't follow up with it because it would have killed me, but I was willing to accept one thing about free cone day if I was able to do it, and I didn't because it would have killed me. If I was able to actually go on my run, because it was a Tuesday, it happened to be run day. If I was able to go on my trail, go for my run, actually make it to Woodinville and go to Dairy Queen nonstop, I would have allowed myself that cone.
I know Dairy Queen you're talking about.
Yeah, because there's one within jogging distance. I mean, it's pretty extreme length if I actually go do that, but would have allowed it had I actually been able to do that. Problem is, I don't think my legs would have held up to the whole entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't actually go get a free cone, but I was willing to make that one exception just because that is some pretty extreme cardio right there. So if I would have been able to do that, I think that's well deserving of a reward.
Yeah, I mean, days where you want to just go do something spontaneous like that, as long as you set you have to do this first kind of thing.
Yeah.
Earn it. I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. That said, I mean, the track back would have been deadly.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you ran all the way there. Chances are you got to run all the way back. Got to burn off that dairy and sugar. Oh, good God. So, yeah, I guess there is some balance when it comes to our diets, but at the same time, it's kind of like there's a lot of extreme elements to it.
Yeah. Although I'm going to have to really crack down because I thought I was doing pretty good, but my body's just not wanting to lose weight. Like, I'm losing some, but I'm used to, working out hard for 3 or 4 days and losing 5-6 pounds. But I don't know. we'll see in the next 3 months.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, if you ask me, you were telling me a little bit of your dieting schedule, how it kind of compared to in the past, and how you plan on altering it for the future. And I think you have a pretty good idea, and I think that's really going to help a lot with
I think
weight
these
loss.
next 3 months are gonna fucking roll.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's some days last 3 months where I was like just starving myself, honestly, and then some days where I'd binge. So that's probably what it probably just evened out.
Yeah.
Because when you don't eat, your body doesn't want to lose that much weight.
It doesn't. I mean, I think I found a pretty good way to go about not really starving yourself, but at least doing my cardio, because when I wake up, I do my cardio, and then I eat breakfast. And I think that kind of helps it, because it burns off a lot of energy, and then you kind of provide it nourishment.
That is one thing I'm looking forward to these next 3 months. Is like waking up and immediately doing some kind of physical exercise.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna wake up and immediately go and work, like lift super heavy, and then you do that to your nervous system, dude, and then that affects your whole entire day. You know, you're like high heart rate the whole entire day. So I think that's gonna help a lot too.
Yeah, not to mention you get those endorphins, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you straight up runner's high.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. I gotta say, I think in some ways you and I are gonna be addicted to all this physical activity.
It really does feel good, dude. Just like
does.
waking up and you're just like, dude, I feel fantastic.
Start your day the right way,
Oh, yeah.
supposedly. I mean, I guess it's subjective. Everyone has their own way of going about how they want to start the morning. Yeah, this is just how I'm doing it. It works for me.
Yeah. No, I can totally see myself getting completely addicted to what we're doing right now.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I did have a moment, and I don't know if it was straight up addiction, but it felt like it, because there was some symptoms of withdrawal. So one day, I can't explain it because I don't have any verifying proof, but there was one day, I think it was after a rest day. I think so. It was probably either a Monday. It might have been Tuesday. I don't remember exactly. Point is, I remember I was starting to get some like leg pains around my glutes. And it was like, it sucked, because it was like, I literally have a pain in my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just like weird. I was like, I don't know if I can run, because this is kind of detrimental. You know, I kind of need these muscles to go in order to actually run. And so I was like, well, I might as well try. So I got out on the track, because I wasn't about to miss a run day. I mean, I'm committed at this point. It's like I might as well do what I gotta do. So I tried it, and I started running, and all of a sudden, it's like my legs started healing. I was like, is this what the withdrawal symptoms?
Yeah,
like,
could be.
Because I was just like, it feels great now. It feels really good. It's like my body was like going through some sort of running withdrawal.
Yeah.
How is this even possible? But yeah. So, I don't know. I'm a little scared to give up cardio now.
Of course, like, your blood starts flowing when you're running. Yeah. But I feel you completely.
It must have been that, was it atrophy?
Yeah, I don't
atrophy.
Know.
Because I think atrophy is when you don't work out muscles enough, like they start shrinking, where... was it herpet? I don't remember. There's two terms. One's atrophy, and I think it's herpetrophy. I can't even pronounce the other one. That's the one when you're sore after working out, because you're tearing muscle ligament, or you're not tearing. You're tearing like muscle cells, and so they repair themselves, get stronger, and it's like, hey, look at me, I'm beefy.
Well, I mean, I told you a couple times along those lines too, like a month ago, where I had to almost work out every single day, or if like I took one day off, the next day I just feel miserable and depressed. Luckily, it's kind of evened out where my mood's actually pretty stable right now.
Oh, that's great.
But it's just like, yeah, if I go 2 days or 3 days without doing any kind of physical exercise, I just feel like shit.
I can relate, man.
Like, honestly, so I hit that mile mark. Wednesday? What is today, Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hit it either Wednesday or Tuesday. I forgot, whenever I texted you. And then I don't think I did a little cardio yesterday, but it was mainly just walking. And just not doing anything yesterday, I woke up today and I felt like shit, honestly.
I can understand. I do allow myself one day of rest,
Yeah.
usually Sunday because Saturday is my endurance run.
I would like to get that because I do that too, but I'd like to get that to where it's an active rest, where like I'm still going out and walking and
Right,
doing
right.
cardio. Because like that's completely fine. You're getting blood into those muscles that are sore and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do get a little bit of walking around, but it's not like I go out to the park and I go run or anything like
Yeah.
that. Rest day Sunday usually. Uh, the reason I do this is because Saturday I really push it. Like I
Uh-huh.
try to go like past the boundaries. Try to really go as far as I can. I mean, if I can like run 5 miles, hypothetical. I can't run 5 miles. I can't do that without stopping, but if I can really like push it as far as I can go, yeah, I will push myself until I hit my limit. That said, the reason I rest on Sunday is because it'd be very hard on my legs if I was to just constantly keep going nonstop like
Yeah.
7 days a week.
No, I feel it. Like I've been running pretty consistently, and I'm feeling it right now. My
Yeah,
shins are jacked.
yeah.
I need to rest up.
Yeah, that's why I give myself like one day of rest. I think I legitimately did try to do this like all 7 days, and the end result was like my shins, like my legs were getting like jacked up, and so I was just like, yeah, I think I just need a day of rest, and
Hmm.
then like the next day I was my legs felt super refreshed, like they were just ready to go like another like 10 miles,
Yeah.
or it felt that way.
I think I'm gonna try to like push past that pain though, because
Mm-hmm.
I want to get to a point where I'm running 5 days a week while I'm at school.
Oh, by all
So
means.
I'm gonna try that starting
Yeah.
next week, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, I think that's great.
And another thing I think that's helped you too is like you're saying like Saturday's your push day,
Yeah.
and that counts as like a a weekly goal almost.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna start setting a lot more of those, where like I don't know, let's just say Saturday,
Yeah.
like that's where I'm gonna do my miles to testing and see if I
Oh.
can do like a beat my previous week. I think that'll help me a lot more.
Yeah. I mean, something that I kind of had to figure out because starting early on, was trying to get a little bit of consistency,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't easy because for me it was literally like, okay, I'll do every other day, like I will run, and then every other day I will, oh, I don't know, either rest or walk. That's
Yeah.
kind of starting out, and then it was kind of like, okay, my endurance has gone up quite a bit. I think every day I'll get out to the park, and then eventually it was like every day I'll run,
Mm-hmm.
and so like Tuesday, or it was like, okay, every other day like I will run, and then every other day like I will run, but I won't run the whole entire track. And so I was just kind of doing that like all 7 days of the week. It was just kind of shifting like back and forth
Yeah.
between like the different days. And since we have 7 days, it's like you'd have like Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday that you'd run, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday the following week, and it keeps on going in that pattern. And it was just like, I don't know, my body was kind of having some weird reactions, so I just kind of was like, okay, I need a more consistent schedule. So
Yeah.
doing what I do right now, it's I feel like it's a lot more beneficial because now my body can kind of adjust to all that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, whatever you're doing, it's working.
But I do want to say, you weren't as heavy as I was starting in on this. So
Yeah, but like you got to put it into context too. Like I mean, this is the heaviest I've been,
yeah, yeah,
and not too long ago I was 150 pounds. So, and then
fair enough.
I'm shorter than you too. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other side to it is I think some of that extra weight it's a lot easier to work off just because it hasn't been there that long.
yeah,
But at the same time, I mean, some of that weight it's gonna be a challenge trying to get it out, trying to get it like all gone.
mm-hmm.
I will say that like there are certain aspects that it becomes challenging in the sense that losing the first like setup weight, like for me these first 3 months, like losing 40 pounds, it. I'm not gonna say it wasn't an issue because it was, it was challenging. I had to push myself in certain ways, but point is I did it. Going on further, like the next 3 months, I don't think I'll be able to lose another 40 pounds. It doesn't work that way. The more weight you lose, the harder it becomes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that said, that's why I think for these next 3 months, trying to limit it down to like 15 pounds.
Yeah.
And like hoping that you get there. I can't say that I will because there is always a chance it won't work out the way you think it will.
Yeah, I was far off from my weight goal these last 3 months. So
yeah. But my point is, be aware that trying to shape your body, things become a lot more challenging the further you go. And I think for you and me, it's kind of like it evens out. Like, well, it might not be super consistent. It will be kind of like, okay, steep incline in the beginning, starting to level out as you go. But at the same time, you stick with it, it still keeps coming off.
Yeah.
Never forget that.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I'm hoping, like, since my weight loss hasn't been that huge, I'm really hoping that since I've actually been working out consistently in weightlifting, I'm hoping that the fat to muscle ratio is evening out.
Yeah.
And now the next 3 months, that's where the muscle's really going to start burning that fat.
Yeah. The only problem I see, and very minor, you go swimming, you're going to be sinking like a rock.
Oh, man, I'm going straight down, dude. These triceps, dude.
Yeah.
They're like anchors.
Well, to be fair, I mean, you'll probably be so muscular and so amped, and you got all the adrenaline and endorphins going that you'll probably be able to swim your way to safety.
That's true.
It ain't gonna be an issue whatsoever. That is one thing I'm looking forward to going into summertime, which is odd because I always hate summer. I've always been fat, so I'm always sweating like a
man.
I don't know.
I've only enjoyed one summer skinny.
Yeah. I was gonna say sweating like a pig, but let's be honest, pigs don't sweat. That's why they always wallow in mud. Had to be scientific there because I know that little factoid. But yeah, I'm always fat. I always sweat. It's never fun and enjoyable.
The worst. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's just disgusting.
I'm just chilling out in my room, being like a fat lump, being like, I want to play the video games, but it's too hot to enjoy playing the video games. This year, I want to go camping.
Oh yeah.
I've been telling you that. I've been making a list on Amazon. I've been buying stuff on Amazon. Every paycheck, I have to do my finances to make sure I'm not going over budget. But I've been buying stuff off that list so that I'm ready to go camping. Oddly enough, a lot of it's cooking wear because I don't know. I like cooking.
Luckily, like for the past 3 Christmases, I've put camping gear on my Christmas list. So I got a bunch of like just cooking wear for camping already.
Yeah, I got a couple stuff myself. But my point is, when June hits, you and I are already planning a camping trip.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a short one, but at the same time, I think it'll be great because I'm gonna get a couple steaks. I'll get like the grill and stuff like that. Build a fire. We'll do it all natural, and it'll be great. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then you want to get some s'mores. I want to test I want to test a little hypothesis I have involving peeps. Which
I mean, you do that on your own time. Like we're taking s'mores straight up.
Well, I mean, we'll get a bag of marshmallows. I want the options. I want normal s'mores in case like this little test doesn't work out so well. But at the same time, I'm still doing it. It's perfect time to actually go get yourself a little peep s'more if it works out. I don't know. I'm sure there's videos. I need to test it for myself. Okay, I refuse to look up on YouTube. Can you successfully like roast a peep and use it for a s'more? It's just been a thing I've been wondering.
Is that even like a what are these? It's probably just chemicals, dude. I don't even think it's a marshmallow, dude.
It is marshmallow.
Is it?
It's a marshmallow coated in sugar.
Man.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like plastic.
No, it's like a marshmallow coated in sugar. That's what peeps are. I mean, sure, they're in fun, festive, like, shapes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just marshmallow. And I'm not a huge fan of that, but, it sounds like a pretty good thing if you put it into, like, a s'more.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay.
Theoretically, it sounds like a good viable option.
Okay, like actually, if you really think about it, though, I don't think it'd be good at all.
And that's why I'm gonna test it.
Yeah.
Failing that, I'm gonna be like, okay, into the fire, all of you.
Yeah.
Watch them inflate and
Because you
just
don't
burn
really
up.
want the sweet taste like from the marshmallow.
Well, here's the thing: if if it is a good thing, but it's like way too much marshmallow, just get yourself another s'more and put all the access into it.
Yeah. I mean, if it becomes a big deal, dude, and you got a marketing, you could just make your
I feel like there are
peep
like
s'mores.
dozens of YouTube videos signifying people trying this.
Yeah. All right,
But
don't look it up. But
yeah, no,
I
I
might.
refuse
I
to
might
look
go
this
look it
up.
up, but I
Yeah.
won't tell you the results.
Okay.
But
I refuse to look this up
or I
because
could just try it myself too.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I feel
Well,
like it's gonna be
I'll have a
disgusting.
pack of 4.
Okay.
And so, you and that's like 2 for you, 2 for me.
Mhm.
I have 2 ideas for how to do this. One is like the stupid way where you just throw it, like you just put it straight into the fire, let it burn, and then like hope that it turns out well. The other way is like slow roasting it like next to the fire and making sure it doesn't catch on fire.
See, if you really want to get all diabetic, we could hollow out the inside of the peeps, put ice cream in it,
Oh my god.
put that in the freezer for a couple hours.
I mean, that is a great idea. The only problem is I can't see like this working out when you're trying to like roast down the fire because it would
No,
just
I'm just
make...
talking on its own.
Oh, okay.
Just
All
eating
right.
it on its own. Ice cream peep.
Ice cream. Oh, okay. You know what? I'd probably enjoy that.
No, and it sounds amazing.
Yeah. Put some chocolate ice cream, throw in like a couple almonds or something like that.
Yeah.
Rocky Road.
Exactly.
Rocky Road. They should really consider that.
Yeah, it's a dangerous
That
train
that
of thought right
Yeah,
now.
but they should really consider that because I feel like that is a great marketing ice cream like
Yeah.
idea. Just I don't know how what company does Peeps? I don't. It's not important.
Whatever.
They should
Yeah.
just like hook up with like dryers or whatever and just be like, hey,
Yeah.
we got these marshmallow bits. Why don't you throw them into your like Rocky Road?
Hmm.
Throw them into the ice and throw them into the chocolate ice cream. Trust me, it'll be good. But nah, yeah, I'm just saying. I want to see if trying to do the whole Peeps thing and trying to use it as as like the marshmallow for s'mores would be like a viable option. I feel like at the end of the day, it's probably no better than any other marshmallow that you got, except the sugar, the code sugar aspect is a little questionable. But at the same time, a marshmallow is a marshmallow, no matter how you phrase it. I feel like it would probably do the job just as good as any marshmallow. The only thing that really is eye catching about this is, it's in a fun shape.
Yeah. That like taste of sugar though, that it's made of,
Yeah.
I think completely counteracts the chocolate.
Well, it is like super processed sugar, you
Yeah.
know. It's that's pretty understandable.
My final vote is no. It's not gonna work.
Okay. Well, I have to test the hypothesis.
Even if it burns.
Yeah. This is
It's not
how
gonna
we
work.
turn it into a theory.
Yeah.
We have to test the hypothesis.
Yep.
If it works, then it can become a theory.
Yep. Get it written on some documents too.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
scientific.
I can go up to people and be like, "Yep, it
Yeah.
totally works. I
Yeah.
tried it.
Here's the experiment.
Here's the experiment."
list of instructions.
So I'll try it. Something tells me if I was gonna do this, and I'm not gonna do this, but something tells me if you use like the marshmallow or like the rabbit marshmallow ones, because they come in like little chickens or rabbits.
Yeah.
I feel like if you were to use the rabbit ones, because they're a lot flatter, those might be a lot easier to use. I'm going with the little chicks,
Yeah.
because I don't know. Chicks are the ones that I see the most often, and let's be honest, they seem like the funnest to actually try to have next to a fire.
I'm thinking the whole outer like coating is just gonna catch flame.
You're
and
probably
then It's
right.
just gonna burn.
Yeah. See, I've heard two thoughts on the process. One is like it's gonna be all nasty because all the sugar's gonna burn,
Yeah.
and like it's gonna catch the marshmallow bit on fire, so it's just gonna be like burnt marshmallow. Granted, there's so much marshmallow in between, like the outer layer and the inner layer that
Oh yeah, you still got a marshmallow.
you still probably have a decent marshmallow. It's just gonna be super nasty because you got all that sugar coating it. So that's one theory I hear. The other theory is if you're careful with it, the outer sugar, the outer layer sugar, you might be able to caramelize it, and so that would be like really tasty right there. It's hard to say. There's always the possibility you try to put it as close to the fire and it just inflates like a balloon because marshmallows have a tendency to do something along those lines if there's enough heat involved.
See, I feel like the biggest, if you can get the thing to burn,
Yeah,
and like actually be a marshmallow for a s'more, the like Hershey's chocolate,
yeah.
you gotta substitute that like with a different tasting thing. Get like a Charleston Chew in there.
You know what? We'll do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this happen. Okay. Look, ideas for later this year when we go camping. Get a Charleston Chew. Get some Peeps. Should we go anything for the graham crackers?
Well, yeah, you probably have to take out the graham cracker too.
Okay, I don't know. What should we use?
Man.
Twinkies?
No, probably honestly, we'll have to like braid Twizzlers together.
It just sounds awful.
Yeah,
because that's not even graham cracker S. That's just
I know.
What is this?
How
thing?
can you? Graham crackers just would not work with those flavors.
Oh man, what is this thing?
Yeah. At that point, we just melt a bunch of candy together and just have candy balls.
Oh good God, no! That's like I'm gonna go into a diabetic coma if that happens. I'm not even diabetic. I just feel like that's gonna be a thing that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so that said, that's like an idea, but like July, that is a big camping trip I want to take. Not like the big one that you and I have kind of theoretically come up with in August, but like that one's kind of like, let's go to Mount St. Helens and go hiking because there's a lot of trails there. It's a really nice one.
One thing I want to do this summer too, and I suggest you do this too, is just getting in your car and just going by yourself to like the ocean or something.
I might.
Just like have a nice chill day with yourself. You know?
Oh, I might.
Just be like, yo, you did it.
I mean, my back like kind of it folds, so I have like a whole back like part of my car that I can just kind of like bring my inflatable mattress and like just I don't know, get a blanket, get a pillow, and there you go. You're good to go. You can just camp out in your truck. Trying to make sure that you have food might be a little problematic, but I got a nice chest, so I don't know. Think about it.
I mean, we're talking like a day.
Yeah.
Like a 2-day thing.
Yeah.
Let's go to the ocean real quick. Sleep at a little stop and get whatever those things are called, rest stops.
Yeah.
And then get back home.
The one thing I refuse to do though is get some fatty junk food.
Yeah.
I'm talking like fast
get a bunch
food.
of nuts.
Yeah. I don't want to go to no like Jack in the Box or McDonald's.
No, that ruins every trip.
Yeah.
And it's funny too. Every single summer, like my family has camping trips.
Yeah.
Like I think they have 3 planned. Every single summer, I tell myself, all right, no soda, because every single time I get to the camping trip, I have so much energy and like I'm just like doing all this stuff. I drink one Dr. Pepper, and it ruins my whole entire trip, and my energy just goes to nothing.
I can completely relate.
Every single summer.
Yeah. Oh man. I remember like back in the day, back when I was like losing a lot of weight going through the breakup. I'm probably gonna have to refer to that a lot. I remember for a cheat meal I would go to one of those fast food places.
Yeah.
Probably Jack in the Box.
Which is the worst one, by the way.
And so I remember like, that whole day I was like, okay, that's pretty alright. Doing cardio the next day sucked balls. I remember it was one of the worst feelings. Literally, your body is just punishing you so hard for everything that you just like all the caloric values you just input, all the chemicals and all that stuff. It really just bit hard, like trying to actually get through it.
And I swear it's mainly, I mean, all fast food's bad, but it's Jack in the Box primarily, I believe. I truly believe that.
Oh, it's so good though.
I don't think it's all right.
It's all right. See, I have no issue against Jack in the Box. I'm just saying, doing my diet and everything, can't really have it because it causes a lot of adverse effects. One of the main ones is, and I'm not sure, I'm not able to actually verify this because I can't diagnose like medical things. So disclaimer right there. But I would say like grease tends to trigger my asthma, like doing things.
Yeah.
And by that I mean like not in the sense that like I have like greasy food and all of a sudden I have an asthma attack. More along the lines, it seems to make it a lot harder when I actually do things that do trigger my asthma. Seems to hit it a lot harder.
Yeah.
Running, for instance, I have athlete's asthma, if anyone's wondering. So, when I'm going out doing my stuff, and all of a sudden, like, I'm running, I'll get asthma attacks. I have an inhaler. I take it every now and then. Although my asthma's gotten a lot better, so I don't really need it quite so much. I'm not super dependent on it anymore. And that's one of the neat things about doing cardio. All these little bonus side effects that you were like, I don't really think too much about that. But yeah, my asthma hasn't really been kicking in. Point it is, though, getting back on track, fast food seems to be very hard whenever I do like stuff like that. So, while eating like a jumbo jack isn't so bad, like in the moment I'm like enjoying it, all the melted cheeses and like burger and whatever, it's great. When I would do like, the cardio, when I would run really hard in my system, getting the wheezing, getting all that stuff, feeling it like 10 times over, just sucks on so many levels. And so, yeah, it's like, I'm nothing against Jack in the Box. Hell, if I could, I would probably get myself stuff, but I know deep down, I tried this last time, was very not good. Was not good. Can't do it again. Don't want it. Don't want none of that. Nope. I'm sorry. I got to give up fast food places. I'm willing to bet McDonald's might be a little bit better, but all the same, it's going to be the same situation. That's like saying, yeah, you can either have a full-on asthma attack or you can have a lesser, harder one, but you're still going to have the asthma attack.
See, like, I never go to fast foods, and partly because that is like, I don't want to talk to people, I'd rather like go to Fred Meyer. That's usually what I end up doing. I tell myself, oh, I'm gonna go get McDonald's today, I've earned it. And then I get to the door and I'm like, I don't want to have to go like order. Yeah. So I'm just gonna go to the checkout in Fred Meyer instead.
I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I try to do stuff like that. I always get the most friendliest people whenever I'm going to the checkout. And much like you, I'm an introvert. I don't like doing that kind of stuff, but it's like, oh, I guess I have to be social now.
It's more of like energy. It takes too much energy to talk to people.
Yeah.
But it's funny, too, because I got done with my classes, and I think I told you I was going to go, like, have a cheat meal or something. Mm-hmm. I was going to go to, like, Ivers originally, but then I was like, it's right next to my school. I'd rather go home and then go eat rather than, like, stay later there. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm just going to go to the McDonald's next to my house. And I went up to the door, and the first thing I looked at was the line. The line was pretty long. Yeah. So I was like, I'm already a little discouraged. But luckily, like, fast food restaurants have the calories right next to their food now. And I was like, I'm going to get those chicken nuggets. And the chicken nuggets were, like, somewhere close to, like, 2,000 calories. Oh, jeez. I was like, nope. So it's pretty much I don't do fast food. Luckily.
Yeah. Much like you, I don't do fast food either. And it's not like it's not good or anything like that. I like fast food. It's just...
I really wanted to try those nuggets, too. Yeah. They're the new ones, but it was like, nope.
We're not talking McDonald's, right?
We are.
Oh, are you talking about the buttermilk ones?
Yeah.
I've been talking about those so many times on here,
Oh, really?
Yeah. Chaz comes in. You remember Chaz's dad, right? Yeah. So that's something we talk about all the time. Because I was telling him, because they had the advertisements on the radio where you have some elderly lady going on about, like, at my age, I shouldn't be making chicken. I'm old. And so, ever since listening to that, I was like, Chaz, I don't know what it is. I swear to God, it's that subliminal advertising. But I want some of these buttermilk chicken nuggets.
I have to walk like 10 minutes every single day to the bus.
Yeah.
I'm driving next quarter, luckily. But I passed next to that McDonald's, and there's at least like a 6-foot by 6-foot poster right out the window of those nuggets.
Oh my God.
So every single day that of the last 3 months, I'm just like, I'm gonna get those nuggets.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's how it was with the advertising, like, on the radio. It's just like, oh my god, I want to go to McDonald's, get me some of these buttermilk chicken nuggets.
They look so good.
They sound so good.
Yeah.
Old grandma's here telling me, like, I can pass them off for my own. And I'm just like, they gotta be good. I mean, grandma's here telling me, like, they're good as hers, and she knows how to cook. It's not my grandma, but I don't care. It's some grandma. So, yeah, I'm right there with you. It's like, I want to try some of these.
I was so close.
Yeah, I'll never get the chance. I started my diet. I'm never going to do that. And that's one thing Chaz was telling me also is like, you're gonna hate me, but yeah, they got them and they're not bad. And I was like, yeah, except I can't have them now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with it. Much like any fast food, I'm just kind of like, It's all gonna affect me when I do my cardio.
Yeah, there's better food out there that tastes better.
Yeah, for the most part, what I like to do.
Easy.
Yeah. For the most part, what I like to do is I like to go to the extreme and actually make myself food.
Yeah.
Like, even on cheat meal day, I'll cook for myself. Last time it was macaroni and cheese. And I realized if I do that next time, I'm making a casserole. It's gonna be macaroni. Bleh, can't speak right now. It's gonna be macaroni and cheese. But it's gonna be the dopest macaroni and cheese I ever made. I'm gonna put like some potatoes and tater tots and maybe some string beans and broccoli.
Crust up the top a little bit.
Yeah.
God, that sounds good.
Oh, it is. I'll invite you over that day.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. I feel like there was something else I am not saying. I guess it's not that important. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so for the most part, I make myself food. I made myself pizza the other day. It was pretty good. I do a little bit of weird things. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit of a strange guy. I have some pretty unique tastes. I like to put clementine oranges on my pizza.
It's a little weird.
Well, I mean, no one's asking you, Mr. Biden. No, it's fine. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds really bizarre, and you would not believe me until you try it. Yeah, well, that's the thing. No one would believe me. It's actually not the worst. Like, it's pretty good. Like, I want to say it's not the worst thing you could put on a pizza, but it's actually just the opposite. It's pretty good. That's what I mean. It's like on the opposite perspective. It's actually not too bad, and I'll tell you why. It's the flavor. There's a little bit of tanginess to it. It kind of complements the whole pineapple thing. It kind of complements a lot of flavor. It has a very distinct flavor, and I can't really say, but at the same time, you kind of have to like fruit on your pizza. I know everyone's kind of on a divided line when it comes to pizza. It's
just a fad now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some people don't like pineapple. Some people are like completely for pineapple. And oftentimes I will meet people on one side, and it's like, I like pineapple, and they're like, what's wrong with you? I'm just like, but it's the best. And it's like, it's totally gross, bro. And I'm just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Don't do me like this.
I don't actually think they believe that.
Yeah.
It's just they say that.
Yeah.
Of course, like, I'm going to choose pepperoni over pineapple pizza, but pineapple pizza's good.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Well, I would say this. If you're making your own pizza, put some pepperoni with the pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go with your own toppings. See me, I'm a go a whole bout of different styles. I mean, I'll put like pepperoni, I'll put like pineapple. I'll ask people what you like, what you don't you like. They'll tell me like I'm good with meats. I like a couple things. Do you like peppers? No, I don't like peppers. Do you like onions? No, I don't like onions.
I fucking love onions.
Well, then if you were here, I'd be like, here you go, Perez. I'm chopping up some onions. I'm putting it all there. There you go. Here you go on your pizza. Okay, there'd be a lot more to that. It wouldn't just be onions on a pizza. That's just gross.
I could go with that. I mean, I'd eat
that.
that.
But I mean, let's be honest. You probably want some meat there.
Yeah.
Probably want some, like, I don't know, other options. I could put some spinach on a pizza. That's pretty good too. What else? But olives. You like olives?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
But no, don't put those on.
What?
It would take away from the taste of the
onions. the way I see it, I could probably do like half olive, half onion.
That works.
Yeah. I mean, if I was gonna make pizza, I probably would have like 2 pizzas, so that's like
I kind
four
of want
different combinations.
some 93% ground turkey on there.
Too. 93% ground turkey. Where am I even gonna get that?
Well, I mean, like that's the protein to fat ratio.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
You can get that anywhere.
I'll tell you what. You get the turkey just because I feel like I'm a little intimidated.
We're talking ground turkey.
Yeah.
Not like a turkey.
No. I'm saying I'm feeling a little intimidated because it's like, oh, Perez wants this specific thing.
Oh.
It's very common.
It's right next to the ground beef.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you say that.
Ground beef, ground turkey.
You say that.
Jenny O'Lean. I mean, it's like. It's so dumb.
No, the point is, like, it's like when someone says something super specific, even though it's, like, probably the most common thing, it's the way people phrase it.
I mean, like, if you accidentally pick up 93% ground beef, it's the same thing. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Well, I mean, the chances are, I'll be like, okay, Perez wants this specific thing. I'll see that. It's like, oh, that's all the ground turkey. All the ground turkey has, like, 93%.
Yeah, you look at any packages, it's gonna tell you 80%.
Yeah. Okay.
Protein or whatever to fat.
Yeah. Well, my point is
90-something% or something like that.
My point is, if you phrase it like that, I'm gonna be like, oh god, I'm freaking out here. Yeah. I gotta get this exact thing, otherwise Perez will never forgive me.
You're gonna end up getting like that. You're gonna see the 70% and be like, oh, that looks like a good percent. And pick that up.
Or I'm gonna get the fucked up brand that's just like ground turkey. It has like nothing.
It's just all fat.
It has like no signs of anything. It's just ground turkey. Mm-hmm. I'll be like, here you go, Perez, and you'll be like, the fuck is this?
They threw the whole bird in the blender. Called it good.
Oh shit! I guess I have to go get ready for work. So I guess with that in mind, I'm gonna end it off here. I gotta go cook dinner for the both of us, and then I gotta go get ready for work.
Well, we'll do this again, and then another 3 months we'll have a lot more to talk about.
Yeah, we'll be doing Resident Evil sometime soon.
Yeah,
ended up talking a lot, but I'm fine with this.
That was good.
Yeah, it was. All right, I will see you guys later.
Later.